If you suffer from anxiety, you may be pleased to know that you are not alone. Millions of people in the United States alone have to live with anxiety every day. In fact, it's thought that approximately 33% of people will suffer from some kind of anxiety disorder sometime in their life. What's more is that rates of anxiety have doubled in the last 2 decades, meaning we're all more anxious than ever before. What is causing this anxiety? Anxiety can be caused by a multitude of things or one single thing. Whether it's caused by pressures at work or at home, or it's caused by money worries or health concerns, anxiety is more prevalent than ever before. We humans were not made to sit at home or at a desk day after day. Neither were we made to live so far away from green spaces. We were made to hunt for food and live surrounded by greenery. However, life has changed dramatically since our distant ancestors were born, yet our bodies and our brains have not changed very much at all. In other words, our modern bodies still house a Stone Age mind, and it's this that can cause us a lot of anxiety simply because we were not made to live and work in such modern environments. Using medication to treat anxiety. Many people use prescription medication to treat anxiety, and it's these medications that could be causing more harm than good. While this is not always the case and there are some people out there who are happy to take prescription medication, there are also those that are not. Prescription medications can often have unpleasant side effects that can make some users feel sedated, nauseous, or even depressed. It is for these reasons that many people are turning to CBD oil to help them feel better, and who can blame them? Using CBD oil to treat anxiety. More and more people are now using CBD oil to help treat their anxiety. CBD, which is also known as cannabidiol, is non-psychoactive and will not get you high. However, many people are still unclear as to how they should use CBD oil to treat anxiety. Cannabidiol has an effect on the way the body responds to anxiety. More specifically, CBD seems to decrease the amount of activity in the left amygdala. This part of the brain typically deals with anxiety and depression too. This ultimately means that, as studies have shown, CBD can leave users feeling less anxious and depressed. What's more is that when some participants in a study were shown photographs of those who looked fearful, the brain had a decreased emotional reaction compared to those who did not use CBD. This is a clear indication that CBD can work well in those who have anxiety. A study into social anxiety. A 2011 study showed that CBD can be effectively used to treat social anxiety. The study took a group of people and some of them were placed in the placebo category, and the remainder were placed in a CBD category. The participants had no idea which category they were placed in. All of the participants were asked to speak publicly, and before, during and after their speeches their anxiety was measured. The study showed that those who had taken CBD were significantly less anxious than those who had taken the placebo drug. How much CBD oil should you take? Ultimately, the amount of CBD oil you take will depend on why you are taking it, your personal experiences, and your body weight. However, it is easy to estimate how much CBD oil a person should take. For example, it's thought that you should take between 1 and 6 mg of CBD per every 10 pounds of body weight. This means that if you weigh 150 pounds, for example, you may want to take between 15 and 25 mg of CBD. However, before you go ahead and take 25 mg of CBD, for example, you should remember that everyone's body reacts differently to CBD, so you may want to use the guidelines we have laid out below to help to ensure you get the right dose. Start off with a small dose. One of the best things you can do when you start using CBD oil is to begin with a small dose. Whether you're a little anxious or incredibly anxious, a small dose will help you to understand how your body reacts to cannabidiol. Increase the dose slowly. Please make sure you wait for at least 2 to 3 days before you increase your dose, and only do so if you are not getting the results you are looking for. So, if you're feeling just as anxious as you were before you took CBD for the first time, you may want to increase the dose slowly. If you're feeling a little less anxious than you were, then the CBD oil has started to work and you are likely to be taking a dose that has some effect. You may still wish to increase the dose if you still feel hounded by anxiety, but again, increase your dose slowly. Separate the oil into smaller doses. As you start to increase your dose of CBD oil, you may want to think about separating the oil into smaller doses. This is because taking more smaller doses could make the CBD more effective for you, as it will be present in your system for longer. Speak to your doctor. You must speak to your doctor about using CBD oil, ideally before you use it for the first time. This is because there are a few medications that CBD oil could interact with, so it makes sense to play it safe. How much CBD oil you take will ultimately depend on how your body reacts to it. You may, therefore, need to be prepared to take at least a few weeks to work out how your anxiety is affected by CBD oil. While this may seem like a long time when you do find the right dose for you, your anxiety shouldn't be much of a problem anymore, allowing you to get on with your life.